is the unnerving case of Hubert Silksons. Hubert was an ordinary worker for L3 Energy. He was really reliable and a great employee. Back at the workplace, his boss was working on his latest machine until Hubert showed up, looking for a task. He was instructed to go get some resources for the boss's latest creation, the spider mechanism. Immediately, he did what he was told and made his way to the mines. Little did he know, he was being followed. Hubert searched and searched until finally, he found the item he was looking for. He quickly grabbed it and went to go and return it to his boss. This would be the biggest mistake he ever made. Just watch. Turns out, this was all part of the surgeon's plan. Hubert was the resource all along, and he was about to become part of something magnificent. Hubert was now the protector of the mine. He became the spider. This is the dreadful case of Snatchy von Chuckle. Snatchy was a circus clown, but he wasn't very liked by the community. His performances were usually bad, but this would be his worst one yet. Just watch. Everyone laughed at him. They thought he was a joke. His boss was watching this and he was not pleased. He went to go and have a little chat with him in his dressing room. The ringmaster kicked him out. He was making them lose all their revenue and he was sick of it. On Snatchy's way home, he bumped into someone who later he would regret messing with. Snatchy beat him to a pulp, but little did he know the surgeon had a knife on him. And he wasn't going to let Snatchy get away with what he had just done to him. The surgeon took Snatchy to the closest thing he could find, a sewer system. He dropped him in and sealed him away from the outside world. Hours later, Snatchy woke up, scared and confused. He tried to escape, but he was trapped. Days went by and still no hope of escape, so he decided to end it all. Snatchy's life ended that night. But something strange happened. He didn't die, he was reborn. Weeks later, people reported strange laughter coming from the sewers. So, 2 kids went to go and check it out. The 2 boys were never seen again. This is the horrifying case of Gubbo Boa. Gubbo was a football coach and he loved his job. One day, he was heading home after a long day of work, but little did he know he was being followed. He was really tired, so he called it a day and went to bed. But something happened in the middle of the night. Gubbo was woken up by the noise, and he quickly grabbed his bat and went to go sort out the situation. Before he could do anything, he was attacked from behind. He tried to grab his bat, but it was too late, and he passed out from the lack of oxygen. When he next awakened, he was tied up in an unknown location. It was pitch black and there was no light in sight. Gubbo tried to squirm and break free, but he was soon silenced by his kidnapper. The surgeon ran in an old radio and played an eerie tune. Just watch. wanted to end it all, but strange things started to happen. As the days went by, his body rapidly grew in size, and he became extremely aggressive. Eventually, he managed to break free and escape into the wild. But he didn't change back to his old self. He was now a flesh-eating monster. A little while later, a well-known figure was passing through the forest. He came across the old radio and decided to take it. This is the case of Teddy El Muppetito. Teddy was a very lonely boy, and he was very shy and fierce. He never played with anyone beside himself and his favorite toy. If anyone ever came up to him, he would push them away. He hated people going near him. Just watch. Moments later, he accidentally threw his beloved toy into the back rooms of the daycare. This would be the biggest mistake he'd ever make. A mysterious man noticed the toy and knew exactly what to do next. Teddy went into the room not knowing what would happen next. Look closely. He was strapped down to a table and was going to become the thing he loved most, a toy. After hours and hours of work, Teddy was slowly transforming into a beloved Muppet. He would finally become active and not isolated from the cruel world. After the surgeon was done with his creation, he left the room, leaving what was left of Teddy behind. Hours later, Teddy's mom came rushing in, looking for her son. The person in charge pointed toward the back room where he had last been seen at. Quickly, Patricia entered, desperate to pick up her son. His mother was met with a giant pool of blood, but moments later she heard something. This is the case of Arthur Miller. Arthur was an ordinary teenage boy, but behind closed doors, his life was a living hell. He would constantly be hit and tormented by his father. Eventually, Arthur had enough and put matters into his own hands, but immediately he regretted what he did. He killed his own father. A couple hours later, a middle-aged woman named Eldora Banshee was walking home when suddenly she spotted Arthur. She immediately checked up on him to see if he was okay. He was wounded, so she decided to take care of him. As the days went on, their bond grew stronger, but Arthur began to start having weird visions. Just watch. Turns out it was just Eldora, and his mind was playing tricks on him. As he grew older, Arthur began to have an obsession with tech. This obsession led him to many opportunities. Eventually, he managed to partner up with the owner of Canopy, Vincent Thorne. They discussed big things together, and eventually Arthur would have his own segment in Canopy's building for his tech. He and Vincent spent hours and hours working on the new establishment, and they actually began to have some sort of friendship. Eventually, the two said their goodbyes. It was getting late, and they had a lot more work to do tomorrow. The surgeon spent the rest of his time embracing what he had accomplished, but soon all that happiness would go away. The visions were coming back. The task that he was made to do would be the birth of a new monster. This is the disturbing case of Bombay Romney. Bombay was an ordinary L3 worker, and he loved his job. One day, his boss asked him to finish something his co-worker couldn't. Without thinking, he immediately accepted the offer. After that, he geared up and headed into the sewers, but little did he know he was being followed. As soon as he arrived, he got to work, but while he was working he noticed something truly terrifying. Just watch. In the panic he broke a pipe, which ruined the whole project. This angered the surgeon, and he lost control of himself. Bombay, being the good worker he is, reported the situation, but it was too late. Just observe. The surgeon brought him to his workshop, where he would fix him, make him better. Bombay tried resisting, but he was too weak. The surgeon grabbed Bombay and got to work. He didn't plan to let him go out easily. After he was finished renovating, he brought Bombay to his new home, the sewers. This would be the place where he meets his fate. Bombay woke up somewhere different. It was dark and cold. A few days later, a new employee was hired. He was desperate for money, and his name was Albert Musketeer. This is the terrifying case of Sarah Wayne. This is the terrifying case of Sarah Wayne. Sarah was a manager for L3 Energy, but she was a slacker. Any chance she'd get, she would talk to fellow employees. But one day, her boss wanted her to do a specific job. He wanted her to look after something his mother gave him. Her boss cherished this thing very much. So, if anything were to happen to it, he would not be pleased. She put the toy on her desk and got to work. But hours later, she went off task and started talking to other employee members. This would be the biggest mistake she would ever make. While she was chatting, something bad had happened upstairs. Sarah quickly ran to go and solve the situation. But when she arrived back to her desk, the toy was gone. The only thing waiting for her was her boss, and he was not happy. He took her to a private room where she would soon meet her demise. Just watch. Every single bone cracked in her body, but the surgeon will fix her, put her back together again. But this time she would listen. She would finally complete her job. She was now a killing machine.
A couple hours later, Albert and his co-worker Billy noticed something.
The surgeon, he was acting strange and very hesitant. Whatever the problem was, they were going to get to the bottom of it. This is the disturbing case of Billy Hargrove. Billy was an ordinary guy, and he loved to go skiing. Today was his day off, so he decided to go skiing with his beloved friend Albert Musketeer. They were practically best friends, and when they met up, they did their secret handshake. But without further ado, it was time for them to have some fun. Billy and Albert both had suspicions of their boss after recent events, so this was their way of coping with things. But all the enjoyment would later simmer. The two boys had been separated. Billy encountered an old cabin. He could hear strange noises outside. Letting his intrusive thoughts win, he decided to investigate. This would be the biggest mistake he would ever make. The further he searched, the louder the noises got. Until eventually, he found the main source of the problem. Just watch. The noises were the sound of dismemberment, and if Billy was seeing, he would be next. Billy didn't make it out that cabin. The surgeon left the scene of the crime. But little did he know he was spotted by Albert Musketeer. Albert ignored him in search of his friend. When he found Billy, he was lifeless. He knew exactly what happened and who to blame. He will not let things happen twice. Billy never left the cabin. The shadow remained there, killing anyone who entered. This is the disturbing case of Larry Boo. Larry was a photographer and was good friends with a man called Albert Musketeer. Albert needed help on a theory that Arthur Miller was a serial killer, so he went to his good friend for help. Larry agreed to help Albert with his theory, and so Albert gave him all the things he would need to find evidence on Arthur. Larry headed into the caves, where Arthur was last spotted. Little did he know this would be the biggest mistake he ever made. Larry was doing a very good job, but he didn't realize he was being followed. Arthur set up a trap for him. Just watch. He injected Larry with a special kind of poison which would turn him into a flesh-eating monster. Arthur thought everything was over with, but little did he know, this time he was caught. Albert had to take things into his own hands, just once more. Or so he thought. This is the case of the surgeon. The surgeon was the CEO of a company called L3 Energy. To the public he seemed like a good man, but truthfully, he was an evil serial killer. But recently, someone had caught onto his crimes and was going to end them once and for all. His name was Albert Musketeer. He decided to search for the surgeon where he had last saw him. Albert kept searching for a while. Then, he found him. Just watch. Albert didn't know, but the surgeon's technology was far more advanced than he expected, but he wouldn't let this stop him. He followed the surgeon through the machine. Albert found himself teleported to a whole new place. It was known as the core. Albert explored the huge bunker trying to find the surgeon. Little did he know, the surgeon was trying to find him. Just watch. Albert managed to grab his gun and would finally stop the surgeon. Now all Albert had to do was escape, but at least he was safe, or so he thought. This was his worst nightmare.
And it'll be a long time before you ever see me again, me again. They want me hold my head in shame, so I hold him on, holding head in vain. Come for someone on the bed saying I'm insane. I psyched them a long time, but no planner. And David's son told me put down the drink, dawg. I got a link sauce in the for the finger, dawg. I guess 9 a.m. I feel it dump your head off. I need a little something to knock the edge off. It's time for the song, life sucks. Sparking on some, my thugs. And upping on the song for modest. And if we know God, He to guide us. And if we know song couldn't guide us, a bumping on